back with another match preview, but it's a bit of a difference today. It's an FA Cup tie to Northampton, and I mean, it's probably the closest match I've had for as long as I can remember.
In ages, yeah.
It's about an hour drive, which is a third of what it has been of recent, isn't it? So it's come at a good time. I think it's come at a good time in terms of that, and I mean, we need to bounce back. So I think if we get a good performance in against Northampton and maybe even a good result, it could really show that in the league.
Definitely.
Yeah, but it's obviously away. It's at the Sixfield Stadium, 2 p.m. kick-off on Sunday. So we'll be looking forward to that one.
Yeah, exactly. I saw a few fans wondering why it's 2 p.m. They've got some new FA Cup rules for TV where there's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Kind of takes it away from the magic of the cup, doesn't it? Sort of Saturday 3 p.m. But
yeah.
Oh well, it should be a good trip on Sunday. Hoping a lot of fans go down. I know it's over 700 sold now, so that's good. Right, moving on to Northampton now. We are playing a team in great form. Right up there in the playoff places in League 2. Unbeaten in 7. 5 of those wins, I think, like on a brilliant run of form. Notts came up against Barrow, a team in good form. Didn't play too well, didn't react to that very well, so it's going to be different. Obviously Notts, a draw Tuesday night, 2-2 against Boreham Wood. It's since come out, hasn't it, that actually the penalty that was given was a yard outside the box, which is a killer. 2 points dropped to a defensive error. I mean, you've got a ref looking at it, and you've got a linesman level with it, and the linesman should spot that. But there you go, it's done and dusted. So Notts could have had that confidence boost of holding on, but there we go. Our route, that cracking win against Belper, where Belper scored the screamer, fans went mad, just a great atmosphere, great day. And the last almost kick of the game away at Ebbsfleet, 3-2. So that's Notts' route. In terms of Northampton's route, pretty simple. Just a one game away at lower league Chippenham, 3-0, easy route. And I think a lot of their fans will be thinking this is a pretty good tie for them, isn't it? It's not high in confidence. So yeah, not too tricky in their eyes, but hopefully we can change that. Just before George moves on to players to watch, just thanks to the It's All Cobbler to Me podcast. The guys there have helped us out with 3 players to watch, and we've also featured on their podcast. Check it out on our Twitter. We've linked it about 32 minutes in if you want to hear a little bit about Notts and the changes that have gone on at the club. We had a quick chat with them, didn't we, about that?
Yeah, kicking straight in with the players to watch. We've got Alan McCormack. He's a defensive midfielder that likes to sit in front of the back four. He's good at passing, in contrary to Doyle. He seems to be the better defensive mid compared to Doyle. So, you know, he's supposed to be an animal as well, who likes to rile up the other centre mids. I mean, that's just not what we need, is it?
No.
We've got Rose that's getting yellow cards everywhere, and we've got Doyle that's just red cards, yellow cards. It's just nerve-wracking, isn't it, going into that one.
Yeah, another player to watch, Nicky Adams. Now, obviously was at Bury. He's a name that's been around League 1, League 2. Pretty good player, and it's going to be a standard higher than we're used to playing. A lot better than we're used to playing. We've been told that there's a lot of expectation on him because of how good he was previously at the club. So that's kind of overshadowed how well he's been doing because fans are expecting too much. But apparently he's been absolutely class again this season. He was with them when they won promotion in 2016. So he's been there, done that, knows the big games, knows how to win. It's a winning mentality, isn't it? And a player that I wasn't so sure would have to mention on any match previews, the striker that we used to have, Verdane Oliver. I thought he'd just drop down into maybe non-league, but you know, he's a player we've been told to watch out for. He's finding form. Apparently he never stops running. He's recently got a goal, and I don't think Notts are too bad at this. We don't seem to concede too often to former players, but you've always got to say watch out for him. And if Northampton fans are saying that he's one to watch, then it will be interesting to see how he does if he plays on Sunday.
Moving on to team news for Notts now. Now there's a few niggles here and there in the squad. You've got Lacey, who's got a calf strain, I believe. You've got McCrory, who's playing, but I believe he's fractured his knuckles, and they were in bandage yesterday.
Yeah.
O'Brien, I mean, he's got to be on the cusp of coming back now. We're dying out for him, aren't we?
We're hearing so much about it, even in the tunnel. I saw videos of him on the screens, didn't we?
Yeah.
Recovering.
Yeah. It's good to hear. And obviously Rawlinson got the red card against Bournemouth, so you'd assume, I'm not entirely sure if it is in the FA Cup, but you'd assume so. So he'll be out 3 games, so he won't be featured in this game, I'd assume.
Now that leaves potentially a defensive, so certainly centre-back issue, maybe. I mean, if worse comes to worse, no Rawlinson, you think McCrory will play, but say he didn't, and no Lacey.
Bird's just gone out on loan as well, hasn't he? So it's not like you could even put Bird in.
We'll have to see, but hopefully at least a couple of those are alright. So moving on to our lineup, Slocum in goal. Slocum in goal. Left back, I'll go Bakayoko.
Yeah.
I just want to see something from him. I haven't seen him in weeks, it seems like.
Yeah.
I just want to see him play. I like him as a player. Centre back.
You got to go Turner and Lacey, I think, haven't you?
Yeah.
All being Lacey's all right and his strains come out, but you'd assume given a week it has come out. So I know he's been training behind closed doors as well. So I think he'll be up to match fitness, and he's supposed to be quite good with the ball at his feet. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he plays against Northampton. Right
back, I go Kelly Evans. I'm just crying out to see him as well. I loved him when he was playing regularly week in, week out. And Brindley came in. I've already said last week's preview. Brindley came in and he kept him out because he was playing so well. Now he's not playing so well. Let Kelly Evans back in.
Yeah.
That's what I think anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go to right midfield.
I think Enzio.
It's a big game, so...
Yeah, no, it's a big game, so I think he'll turn up, and if he does nick a goal, it could put him on that high confidence for a few games and maybe help us push on a bit in the league as well.
Yeah, exactly. Central midfield... It's got to be Booty. It has to be Booty has to play in centre mid.
Yeah, I think it's worth mentioning, someone sent us, I think it was put in the Facebook group on the Notts County supporters, it was like a stat of when Doyle had played, we'd won this many points. I think it was like 15
from 14 games.
In 14 games, whereas when Booty was in centre mid, it was
17 from 9.
Yeah, which is, you're looking at top 5 form of that.
Yeah, obviously that's not.
Yeah, one man doesn't make a team.
And we're not looking at the Doyle thing. We're really looking at the Booty stat.
Yeah. No, I do like Doyle, to be fair. I know a lot don't, but.
And I would pair Booty with Doyle.
Yeah, no, I would as well. I think they link up very well, and I think when you have like a defensive midfielder and an attacking midfielder, they do complement each other well, given that like they can talk and just work on it together. So I'd be interested to see if that happens, and I hope it does.
Other wide position, I can't see it being Osborne. So Shields again. I think he did do all right. He was trying to make things happen. He got so many crosses in, and the way Wootton was heading them in, he's bound to get across where Wootton connects with. So
he's energetic, isn't he?
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
He's got that desire.
And then strikers,
Wootton and Thomas.
Yeah.
I mean, we were both avid fans of Dennis. It's not that we're not anymore, but Thomas, he just brings something, doesn't he? He's just physical. He can create a lot. He's just got good vision, I think, and him and Wootton link up quite well.
Yeah, they do. And Wootton obviously sang his praises on the fan chats and the player ratings.
He's out this league anyway.
Yeah, he is. Right, prediction for the game.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
I said 1-1 on the podcast with the Northampton fans. I'm gonna go 1-0 Notts. And the reason I'm going that is because I feel like this is a game that turns it around. And I think it's going to be Wootton again with the header.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see him get into double figures this year.
I'm going to go for 1-0. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm going Wootton as well.
We'll be at the game on Sunday. If you'd like to have a chat afterwards for one of our fan chats, feel free. It would be great to get there, as we don't get to too many away games. Obviously, comment section below is always open for predictions of lineup, score predictions, goal scorers, or just any general anything you really want to say about Notts and recent form. Thanks for watching.